Sounds like perk angle. Welcome
you got it.
back. We are back with episode 4, The Hangover, from the New Year's year-end show. Episode 4 of Kangz Council. You're sitting here. We got 2 guests in the build, 2 honey packets. Start with Cosmic Kaiser.
What it do?
Of course, we got Kid Crazy in the building.
Bloop.
Ha.
And then our typical lackeys from week to week. You got me, your boy Super Freak 187. Then you got Eggman be spitting was a comment on one of the TikToks. Despair.
That shit was funny.
Eggman.
And then we got the 5'2" girlfriend. Follow your dreams.
Damn.
Let's go. Damn.
It's
We
the
need some context on
image.
that
It's
one.
the image. His Discord image.
Oh. All right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
2 honey packets. Yes, 2 honey packets.
2 honey packets, boys. Speaking of 2, you know what's starting off with 2? The Switch 2. Rumors, more rumors. I feel like these rumors are more, I don't want to say substantial. It's just, of course, as you get closer to the release of the actual console, you're going to get more rumors about it, right? Because it's going into production, things like that. A funny thing
They
about
also
Switch
tend
2,
to
it's,
get more tame though. Like they're
Yeah.
becoming more realistic now instead of
Yes,
the bullshit
yes.
we were hearing before.
and the more, I feel like the more realistic they get, the more accurate they are. So
Yeah.
it being predicted to arrive in 2024, which I believe we
We
called.
figured that already.
Yeah. And then the $400 price point is interesting,
Makes sense.
and it makes sense. And I
Yeah.
think that's, I feel like that's where they want to stay. There's a lot of
How much was
handheld
Switch at launch?
PCs on the market. I think it was 400 as well, 350 or 399 if I think. I would need to kind of look back. I think it was 349, right? 349.
Which launch price was $299.
Oh, really? 300. Sheesh.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes,
it's
I
$100
think, yeah.
more, but it's also a little more powerful, right? Like, what are they aiming for? They're aiming for 4K
I
30.
think it's more because
In
all
dock?
the other consoles prices went up. So why not them? Like they can get
Yeah.
away with it. So why not?
Oh, absolutely.
And
If
people are
anybody
gonna
can get away
buy
with
them.
it, it's
People.
them.
Yeah, exactly. $400 is still what, cheaper than a PS5 and Xbox, right? Well,
Well,
I guess Series S,
well,
right? How much
Series
is Series
S.
S again?
Series S,
two
like-
200.
Then again, it doesn't
No.
even matter because that shit's always on sale.
Yeah, it's like, let me see.
Typically $250. $299.
Yeah, it's about 250 right now. You can get it for 250. And a Series X, Series S 250 and Series X 350 basically, or 300
makes
if you
sense.
could get on sale. I mean, it's a solid point because it's, I mean, they I think they've definitely carved out their niche as far as like a handheld console, right? Like
Yeah.
technically they did it first, right? And now we got all these like handheld PCs that are in the market and flooding the markets, like the Aya devices that are dropping. I feel like they drop a new one every month. Lenovo dropped one that was really well and was probably highest rated PC handheld on a lot of people's
Yeah, it looks cool.
yeah, I haven't looked into it at all, but I just know that it was very, very like popular and very well well built device. Steam Deck, of course. I mean, the Steam Deck is the biggest elephant in the room as well as far as handheld PCs go, because they're also around the same price point, right? Like I think Nintendo, if they went any higher than 400, you're kind of pushing it, because then it's like, why not just get a Steam Deck? Although the casual market, yeah.
Only
You still think they're
because,
pushing it?
It depends. It's gonna depend when
Yeah.
I need the specs, because
Yeah, I think that's
if
really
this was a
important.
world like pre Steam Deck, pre all this other shit, right? Like I can understand them getting away with $400, but it needs to be like, it doesn't need to be a revolution, because we know what happens when Nintendo tries to revolutionize. We get motion controls and all that random shit. So the fact that like iteration is what we've been getting from like PS5, like Sony and Microsoft for like the past decade, right? Where they just slightly improve the GPU gets upgraded, CPU gets upgraded, boom, whatever, more memory, whatever random features they want to add. But if iteration means what I want it to mean, then hopefully it's just, a more powerful Switch. not slightly more powerful. You know what I mean? Like I need that thing needs to compete with the other ones, with Steam Deck and all these other things that are launching. So we'll see.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be like a direct comparison, like in terms of power, but it needs to be somewhat like in between.
It could be a
Hopefully,
handheld
yeah.
Series S, right?
Yeah, you know,
it needs to
think-
be
you
in
know,
between. I think
Yeah,
it could be a handheld PS4 and still be viable. But Series S is kind of wild though. If that's what it is, that's actually
That's kind of
ridiculous.
crazy, right?
Yeah, we'll see.
That's
yeah.
what they might
I
be
mean,
shooting for. Sorry.
Yeah, for me, it's kind of like the wording on it makes it seem like, oh, it's not that much more powerful. It's like I'm scared that it's more like a Switch Pro than like a Switch 2, and like,
Well, iteration
but
doesn't mean like that's.
Yeah.
what was
But
it,
I'm
iteration
just a
rather than
little.
revolution. Like they
Yeah.
cemented
No,
what they're
but
doing.
but it's not even just that. It's just because iteration could exactly what you mean, right? It could just be a more powerful version with the Switch, and in that case, it's like if it's not broke, don't fix it, and pretty much that's literally what everyone wants out of the Switch 2. Is just some more powerful things that could run the games of
that's what it
today.
sounds
You
like.
know.
That's why I
So-
was happy when that quote came out, because I'm like, okay, good. We're not gonna get some random, bullshit fucking
VR.
VR only console. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, which would be whatever, but if they made it work, they'd be fine. I'm not against like revolution and revolutionizing things, because we've had cool stuff before, but that kind of reminds me of the reason why I was kind of optimistic about it is because it reminds me when Nintendo was actually, when they actually cared about, upgrading their actual hardware as opposed to being gimmicky. So that's what it sounds like to me. Like, okay, no gimmicks. We're cemented in this hybrid handheld console. That's what we're gonna do moving forward, and we're just gonna improve it. That's what I wanted, right? That's what pretty much most people want, right? So I get what you mean though. Like they, but you gotta think about it, right? $400 to me. $400. If that's real, $400 signifies to me that they think it's worth more than the Xbox Series S. They think it's worth more than shit. What was the digital PS5 at launch?
400. It was 400.
Was it 400? Yeah, let me check.
It was 400.
Yeah. It was 400.
so you
No,
gotta
the
imagine,
disc
right?
version was 500. Yeah.
Yeah.
The disc
So,
one
and
was
for the PS5 digital to be $400, and then they're gonna launch a Switch at $400. That shit better be good. Like, it kind of has to be. Like, at that price point, you're like, yeah, that's what. Yeah, PS5 came out how many years ago? It doesn't matter.
3 years.
It was still that
Right.
price when it launched. That's still current gen. Like, that's current gen stuff, and it launched at $400. So I don't know. Maybe the price is more indicative of what we're getting than anything.
Yeah, but do you feel like the price is more like, oh, you're not just buying a system, you're buying Nintendo the brand, which is not like it's
No.
not false, right?
No, I don't think so, because their prices have never been competitive with the other consoles ever, except for the GameCube, but that was the last time that their consoles like were competitive. I don't even think was it. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, the GameCube was a
Wii
little bit more
cheaper
powerful than the
was cheapest console
PS2.
that generation. Now, I'm not talking about power. I'm talking about the price.
They were all about the same
was-
price.
it was
that
200.
that generation.
200
the
unlocked
Wii
to
was
GameCube.
significantly cheaper than the other consoles, right? The Wii U, I don't remember. Nobody cares. Switch obviously was cheaper than the other consoles at launch too, but the Switch launched at a very weird time. So yeah, this is the first time in a while that I feel like they're being competitive with pricing, even though it is 3 years late. It doesn't matter. Those consoles are still the same price, right? What is the PS5 Slim, $450 or some shit? Like, so I don't know, man. That hopefully that kind of breeds like confidence to me. We'll see. And Nintendo's never really been. That's why I said Nintendo's never really been. Oh, you're just buying us for our brand, so we're gonna make this price. Like they've never really did that. They've always been competitive with everyone else.
No, you're right, but you know, like they had a ton of success lately. You know, like you know how it is when Sony's doing well, they're doing things.
Always,
Yeah,
like,
I know,
Sony's
but like, listen, I gotta point out the possibility.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible. I'm just going by history. Like,
right, and you know, well, we should be able to get the specs any day now because apparently the
I'd say around
development
summer.
kits
we'll probably
are like developers already have the development kits for the Switch too. So like that's gonna leak sooner or later. Hopefully, they could confirm a couple of things.
When they're gonna announce it, like officially.
Summer?
That's a
It
little.
would have
late.
to be summer.
What's
Actually,
some
no, it's not. No, it's
major
not. No, it's not.
events
No, it's
coming
not.
up? Actually, it would have to be early. It'd have to be sometime in like.
I think it would actually be like
potentially-
major. Summer makes sense because they actually no. Most
I think,
consoles
I think
they
it's
actually
gonna be in
have
the
like
next
a
couple
separate
months.
event.
Actually.
Yeah, they have like a separate event earlier in the year before they give like the full blown
'Cause
reveal in the summer or whatever.
The
Switch
Switch
didn't launch too long after.
The Switch
they announced
launched.
it.
Switch launched in March. When did they announce it? I don't remember
It
when
was
they
like maybe
actually
like
announced it, but it was only
September
like
or
a
something
couple of months
before?
before that. Yeah.
Nah, they
Yeah.
revealed it way before it came out. But that initial like, because remember they had the little teaser commercial that came out before they even really like talked about it. So I think that commercial or something came out in like a September or October or something like that. And then they didn't talk about it until like a Nintendo Direct in like, was it maybe January? I don't remember. But I know that they announced it well before it.
I mean, it's gonna depend on the release day, right? Like, I'd say if the release date said, let's just say November, then they'll probably do something in the summer. If it's gonna
it was
be
revealed in October, and then
Yeah. Okay.
what was the I think it was January or something. They spoke about it. Then they were like, "Yeah, it's coming out in 2 months." That shit was crazy.
yeah.
But
Isn't
summer makes
CES
sense.
supposed to be happening, right?
I don't think they're gonna do that. They don't usually get console announcements.
No.
CES
Just curious
this
to
week-
like. I'm just curious to like big events that are happening in the next couple months. You know,
nothing really.
because I think
The
if
only
it's
things we
Nothing,
usually
yeah.
get at this point in the year is if like Sony has a console reveal. They did that in like March or something.
Or like a random direct from one of the
Yeah, that's
companies.
probably what we're gonna
or
get. Yeah,
you
we're gonna
know,
get the reveal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna reveal.
Well,
so you guys-
Nintendo usually does like a Nintendo Direct for like the summer games that are coming out, and that's usually around like February, March, something like that.
I feel like we're gonna get the reveal around that time, and we might get the direct in maybe the summer around E3 time. Well, can't say that anymore, right? Like around that. It's still E3
Yeah,
season, whatever.
but yeah,
But you know
yeah,
what
but
I
you know,
mean.
everyone knows what the.
Yeah.
Listen, just because there isn't an E3, like people still
Yeah.
hold like press conference and announcements. Maybe it's not as big, but like it's still a thing. Like, you know.
Yeah. So I'd say summer. We get the actual like direct that's like blows it up and tells us what it is, and then we get it like that fall, right?
yeah, I
That's
think we're
the-
definitely
that
getting
makes
holiday
sense.
season probably.
Yeah.
It'll probably make the most sense.
Yeah, it'd be silly to not launch in fall.
Yeah.
Like
Uh.
they lost the Switch in spring, but I don't know.
I feel
I
like
don't
they were
think
also
they'll do that
taking a
again.
chance on the Switch, right? Like the Switch was one of those things.
They also
where
had to rush something out because the Wii U was dead.
Yeah.
So
Right.
it kind of made sense. They
Um,
didn't have a choice.
I mean, how do you guys feel about? Well, according to this thing, it's a high chance that all the games are gonna cost $70. I mean,
No
I guess
surprise.
it's not gonna matter, right? Right? It's
Eh.
no surprise.
I'm not gonna
and,
lie to you. If there's one
mhm.
company that I'm surprised didn't start that wave, it was Nintendo.
It's
I thought
Nintendo,
Nintendo would have been the
right.
first ones to do that, and I would have. Right, I would have absolutely spent $70 on their games before any of these other ones that started charging $70. What was the first $70 game? Wasn't it like a fucking like a 2K game or something like that? That was the first game, or was it? I don't remember what it was. But I was like, I ain't spending no $70 on that shit. That was when the PS5 launched, when this gen launched. I forgot what was the first game. Like,
That's a good
because
question.
2K.
I'd spend
I think it was
$70 for a
2K21. Yeah.
Nintendo game.
2K21 was the
2K21,
first game
yeah.
to be priced at $70.
Oh man.
Of course. You see what I'm
Of
saying?
course.
Like
I mean,
spending
most
$70
people
on
were
that
buying. Most people were buying games at $100 anyway, with all like the pre-order bonuses, deluxe, like
All
season
the
passes
ultimate
and all that.
edition.
Yeah, ultimate
Mhm.
deluxe edition. Most people, like
to be
people that
fair, though,
complain.
games were $70. Games were $70. It's not like games were never $70.
Yeah,
like,
back in the
N64
N64 days,
games
they
were
were like
fucking- yeah,
$85, right? Like they
So
were,
whatever. Like
Yeah,
Uh,
I guess. Look, I guess I'm just cheap, and also like I know like on Nintendo consoles, there's never gonna be a freaking sale on any of these games, so it's like,
yeah, I'd
Yeah.
spend $70 on a Mario or Smash or whatever. So
Yeah,
I'm
Mario,
in
Mario
there.
Mario Kart
obviously.
9. Come on.
Yeah, I'm not spending 70.
I
Like,
mean-
there's some other games that are questionable. Where I'm like, man, I ain't spending $70 for 2K. like,
Absolutely not.
Like-
so I don't know what 2K
like-
is.
what it'll probably be, it'll just probably just be I'll just buy strictly first party thing, and anything that's third party that's multi-platform anywhere else, aka PC, I'll probably do that. Which I do that
Yeah,
anyway.
that's what everyone does anyway.
So-
I think that's what everyone's already.
Yeah.
If you're not doing that, that's what you should do. If you own a Switch, buy your first party titles there, and buy your games.
The little brother consoles.
Mhm.
Let's be real. We buy Nintendo consoles for Mario Kart, Smash, Mario, fucking whatever their
It's the first party
shit
titles.
is.
We
Yeah,
don't buy it
exactly.
for ports. We don't buy it for
Like,
Call of Duty.
no,
I'm not
fuck
playing
Call
Call
of
of Duty on a
COD on the
Nintendo
Switch.
console.
Who the fuck playing Call of Duty
Like-
on a Nintendo?
Hey man, a lot of
like,
people,
you know, like-
people play Call of Duty on Wii. Black Ops 2, right? It was.
Hey
Black
man,
Ops 2 on Wii.
listen. If
of
you're a
those kids
young
didn't have a
boy, you don't have a choice.
Exactly.
You know, there's some people who are doomed to play Mortal Kombat 1 on the Switch.
Yeah, oof.
Yeah, I was just about to say, like, yeah, that's
Oof.
a real good perspective right there. There's those that are not suffering through that shit. Like, Jesus.
But the thing is, they don't know they're suffering because that's their first experience of the game. So they don't know, like, oh,
Yeah.
you know, it's gonna happen slowly where they go to their friend's house and like, hey man, you want to play Mortal Kombat? Oh yeah, you got it on Switch, right? No, I have it on PS5, and then they're gonna play that version of the game, and they're gonna be like,
Or the opposite. Or their friends are gonna come over and they're gonna play
And
Mortal
play on
Kombat
the
on the Switch and
Switch.
be like, "What the fuck is this?" Like,
That's the embarrassing one.
imagine. That
That's
would
the
be
you've
so
been
shitty.
playing this the whole time.
yeah, that and the fucking Arkham games apparently don't run well on the Switch version either.
Oh god, that one.
Oh,
we
man.
knew that one was coming though. Like we definitely was just like maybe the first two will run alright, but Arkham Knight, I don't know about that one, Chief.
Yeah. But you know what? The fact that it's the next iteration is probably still be handheld. I think this report kind of led credence to the fact that like it'll probably be backwards compatible, right? I think it lends more of a credence that's, you know, a possibility versus, you know, I'm hoping so.
It would be
I'm-
absolutely fucking silly for it not to be.
Yeah, that'd be the
Like-
biggest mistake.
Nintendo is always teetering on the edge of being like, what's the word? Some of the things that they do kind of teeter on the edge of being unacceptable, right? And they've
Right.
kind of slowly gone away from that. They've kind of slowly, like, it's not as bad as it used to be, where you'd be like, why the fuck doesn't this console have this? What the fuck are they doing? Why don't they do this, right? Like, so I feel like Nintendo, I don't think that they would do that again, but it is Nintendo. You never fucking know, right? But I do highly believe backwards compatible, especially with how large the fucking Twitch catalog is. That would be ridiculous. Especially after they closed down the 3DS eShop and all that shit. Like they don't have a choice. Especially, like, think about it this way, right? Not only would they be abandoning all that shit on the Switch, they'd be abandoning the Wii U, which literally doesn't exist anymore. So you have no way to play any of that shit unless you own a Switch. Like that's kind of sad.
Yeah, but you know, Nintendo doesn't necessarily care about their old games. But and
That's
also
what
here's
millions
the
of dollars do.
They do
I
for
mean,
money.
here's the other side of it. Maybe they just want you to double dip again. Have it on
Nah, I don't think
the new system. I mean, I hope not.
Any
But
corporation would want you to double dip again, but I don't think they're not in the. They can't do that. There's no way.
I hope you're right. I absolutely hope. Because,
My biggest worry is probably, and I think it's how do you mess it up? Like you literally can just do an increased performance switch like carbon copy, right? But like the biggest concern is like Nintendo does what Nintendo did with like the Wii U, where they try and do something out there that nobody asked for, and it's just like, come on, like, and then we did the Wii U fucking failed.
Yeah, but that's why it said. That's why like we started the conversation off with the quote. It's iteration, not revolution. So that's pretty much goes against that. Like iteration is just an improved Switch.
Yeah.
Like, it might have some new features or whatever, but it's just an improved Switch. So good. At least they recognize that, you know, the Switch is great. It's a simple device, right? Like I'm looking at it right now. It's super simple. I just grab it out of the dock, right, instantly in handheld mode. No lag, no fucking, you know what I mean? And then you just put it back in, and it's a goddamn. It's on your TV. It's so simple.
Yeah.
Why not iterate on that? Like I personally think they should just continue to iterate on that for the next for the foreseeable future, not even past the Switch 2, because it's such a I don't think anyone is going to do this. I don't think anyone. I feel like they know that the Switch is like cemented in this hybrid console market. That I don't think Sony, Microsoft. I don't think they'd even try. They could, right? But it's not even gonna come close.
Yeah,
Like,
I think Sony's biggest
if
try
they
was the
just keep
PlayStation
doing
Portal.
this, yeah, right. Oh my
Right,
God,
that's
that's
it.
not even the same. That's not even the
No,
same.
it's not. It's
Yeah.
not. But I think that's their like that's
Yeah, 'cause
their
they know
like
better.
you know their little
Yeah.
flavor of Switch on
No, that's their
PlayStation.
test. They're like,
Yeah,
"Hmm,
yeah.
I wonder if people want some type of handheld PlayStation device.
But the
Like-
thing is, that sold really well. Like
No, it
to
didn't.
my surprise, I don't know. That's
The
what people
PlayStation
are saying.
Portal? No, it didn't. The fuck?
It's
Yeah,
sold.
it got sold out.
It got sold
doesn't
out
mean it
because
sold
they
well.
didn't put a lot out there. We don't know. We need sale numbers. We don't have those. I don't think we have those yet. Like, what?
This is the same fiasco that happens every time they say
sales numbers.
No, not
PS
PSP.
Not
Portal.
PSP. Portal.
Portable,
It is
sorry,
PSP. Damn, that's
PS
funny.
Look at
It is a PSP.
Oh, you're right.
Technically,
But,
it's
funny.
PSP.
yeah.
The,
That's
P- the,
actually
P-
funny.
the PlayStation Portal, yeah. And it definitely bombed review wise. Well, it didn't bomb. It was
How many
mixed
people you think
bag,
bought
right?
that thing not knowing what it was?
A ton. And then there's the people who bought it knowing exactly what it was, but didn't know what their infrastructure was like and didn't know how it was going to perform. So for some people, I mean, it's sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit, right? Like it's
Shit,
based
yeah.
off remote play. The best thing, I mean, not the best thing. I guess the best descriptor was Digital Foundry, where they were saying it was just like, we wish that Sony maybe had some kind of secret sauce in the device that it works better with remote play than your normal devices would, which would give you a reason to buy it, and it doesn't. And in some cases, it actually runs worse because it has, well, I think it has Wi-Fi 5. So it's like, you know, if you already have a Wi-Fi 6 device, you can run remote play and it'll be better than what you can get from the PlayStation Portal, right?
Yeah,
Like,
that's
so-
why it's not even in like the same conversation. Like it doesn't play games.
No.
It plays
It-
the games
it's-
that you already own if you have a PS5.
It's
Like-
you own a PS5 and you like
Yeah.
Nintendo Switch, maybe you'll like this and you won't
That's
even
like-
know what you're buying.
That's like if you owned a Wii U and only had a Pro Controller, but they sold a Wii U gamepad separately.
Yeah, it's exactly what it is though. It's
Like,
a
what the
Wii U
hell?
gamepad. It's
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
but yeah, I think as far as the console space, like no one's doing that, and it was so innovative when it came out at the time. Like the only thing that's doing that now are handheld PC markets, and it's a really a completely different market in itself, because when you get a handheld PC over a Switch, you're looking for something different. You're looking for more tinkering, you're looking for messing around, a little more customization, you're looking for higher performance, you know. So that it's like Switch is a nice entry point. Switch is like if you're buying like a car and you just buy like a Kia or like a Honda Civic, and if you want to get like a supercar, you get, you know, all kinds of other devices that are out there.
I hate to bring this up, but what's stopping people? The reason why it needs to be like powerful is because what's stopping people for waiting 2-3 years so that they can just emulate shit on whatever the new Steam Deck version is out at the time.
Yep.
Like, and we know how big Nintendo is about shit like that, right? Like, I feel like personally they either have to make it so that the console can't be hacked, which is impossible. Like, it's never gonna happen, right? Or they need to make the purchase of the thing actually worthwhile for people that would rather just go buy a fucking Steam Deck and emulate their shit. Straight up. Like, that's what I see being there, because they never had any competition in this market before. If they did, it was very minimal, right? Like nobody was selling millions of fucking consoles worth of like competing with Nintendo. So
Nintendo owned these streets since the 90s.
yeah, but they had competition before slightly, right? Now they have none.
Right.
Yeah, it's a different market now. though.
Then they had a period where they had none, and now they're slowly gaining competition. Like, yeah, we can say that the console, the handheld PC shit is not in the same thing, but it is. Because when someone that doesn't know much about these things sees them all like together, they're like, oh wait, if I don't play like Mario or whatever the fuck, I mean, let's be real, most people, now that I think about it, most people that own a Switch, I guess, buy them to play at least one of their fucking first party games, right? Like,
Oh yeah.
is there a Switch owner? I'm sure there is, like, but I wonder if they're in the majority or the minority of people that buy a Switch to only play like third party stuff. To be fair though, there are third-party games that are to this day only on Switch. PC doesn't count. Like the Octopath games. Actually, no, Octopath is it on PS? Is Octopath Traveler 2 on PS5? I think it is.
I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it might be.
It's on
I think
PS5.
I think it's
I don't think
multi-platform.
Triangle Strategy is though, right?
No.
Triangle, I think, is only on the
Triangle,
Switch.
hold on. No,
Yeah,
it's on.
No,
it's
on
Steam,
PC.
too.
PC.
Yeah, but
It's
PC.
on PC.
Oh, right.
Yeah, PC doesn't
Right.
count. But
Thinking
it will
console,
count.
yeah.
It does count if you have a Steam Deck, right? Because then that's direct competition right there. Like, why would I buy? Oh man,
True.
I'm so hyped for Triangle Strategy, whatever, right? And you have the option to play it on Steam Deck. Let's say you already own a PC, right? And you have the option to buy a Switch and play Triangle Strategy, or you can buy a Steam Deck and not only play fucking Triangle Strategy, you can play all your other Steam fucking games. Like now we're slowly getting into to this era where Nintendo might actually have crazy competition. Like we can't. I know a lot of people say they're not going to compete direct head to head. They are. Like it's going to get to the point where they are.
The price of a base Steam Deck is $399.
Oh yeah, now it is. Yeah, now it is. Wait, was
Yeah,
it always
now
that?
it is. No, it wasn't.
When did it
Well,
launch
actually, I think it was. I think it was always $399. It was or $349 for the base model, right? So now they've improved the base model and they've made it $399, right? So it's like you're spending now the same price where you could get a base model. So really, that performance is really gonna matter at launch.
Yeah, that's why I said that price tag means a lot.
Yeah.
Like that price tag is.
Because
I
if
don't
you're,
know, man.
depending on who the consumer is, right? If it's just for a kid, like if I'm buying one for my kid, I'm probably not gonna get her a Steam Deck. I'll get her, a Switch 2, right? You know what I mean? At $400. But like, if it's for someone who is into gaming, I feel like they could work their way around Steam and know the knowledge and things like that. Get them a Steam Deck. Why not? Right? Like that's really tough. And then, $150 more and you get the OLED Steam Deck. But like that's that's where the price increase starts to like shift around.
I mean, I personally feel like they're going to phase out the original Steam Deck eventually.
Yeah.
And you'll only have OLEDs at that same base price that the non-OLED one is.
Yeah.
Makes sense. I mean, it looks nicer. It sounds nicer, and
Slightly better performance. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's slightly better performance. So why wouldn't you? Because now if I'm like trying to get a Steam Deck, like now I have to consider all that, right?
Yeah,
if it was
like
just
you're
for
on a strict budget, there's no reason to not get the OLED one.
Yeah.
But I feel like if you're buying this, you shouldn't be on a strict budget anyways, right?
Well, it
Like,
depends.
this
$400 is not fucking $800. You know what I
Al-
mean?
True.
although I agree, I think they're gonna hold on to that $400 price point one now for even longer with the release of the Switch 2.
Yeah, of course.
Because
Yeah.
it's like, well, here's our entry point, right?
Unless
Parents
the
are not
Switch
gonna
is
know what
on
a
par.
yeah.
Like,
Yep.
that's what I'm saying. Like, if the Switch is on par,
Yeah.
then I don't know.
Those initial performance reviews, oh man, I'm gonna be paying close attention to these boundary reviews,
And what I
There's-
want them
there's-
to do, my bad. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, yeah, that update, that spec update is gonna be huge news. And also, I would say if they are technically really competing, they need to get their freaking online services ducks in a row. And what I mean by that is just like all their emulator shit, the SNES, the N64, the blah blah blah. They need to have way more games. Their library just needs to be basically fucking complete. Because then that way, I'd like it's like. You take away less of the argument of being like, well, I could do a Steam Deck. I could play all these old games that I enjoy. Now you can do it with the, at least it's something, I just kind of feel like.
That is true, but you got to think about like the majority, right? Like they don't have to do that, and they probably won't. I mean, to be fair,
No,
it
they're
makes
not going
sense for
to.
them
They're not going
improve.
to, but.
Like when I think of online infrastructure, I just want their fucking actual like online shit to be
To
fucking
work?
better.
To
Their
work?
service to just be better. Like when it comes to old
Yeah.
shit, people are gonna emulate regardless, right? People are gonna continue to do that. Like the Steam Deck is perfect for that. If your sole like purchase decision is based on emulation, it's a no-brainer. You might as well just get a Steam Deck. Like,
Right.
I feel like it's gonna be like that for the foreseeable future. Because even when Nintendo ports their own shit, it fucking sucks. Like,
It does. And that's what they need to work on, man. Because it's like, oh, man.
yeah, but most of that money's not in that, so they don't give a fuck, and they probably never will. Like, unless
No,
they want
they're
to
not.
charge you $80 for like a fucking 30 FPS remake of Mario 64, whatever the fuck. Like, they don't give a shit. That right there showed how much they give a shit. Like that Mario fucking, what was it? That shit with Mario Sunshine 64 and Galaxy. That shit showed you how much they gave a fuck. And everyone bought it like idiots. So why would they even do anything? Why would they even do anything? Like,
Yeah.
everyone bought that shit. I still to this day I can't believe it. Like, if you want it as a collector's item, because obviously it's
Well, a lot of
right?
people did buy it
Like-
for the collector's item for
Yeah,
sure.
but I'm sure it wasn't. I'm sure the number wasn't in the millions. I'm sure it was like a couple 100,000 people that bought it as a collector's item. Millions of people probably bought it because either they never played that game before, or they know like that's the only way they're ever gonna get a modernized version of a game you can play on a modern console, right? Because unless you emulate, that's the only way you can actually play those games right now.
It's fucked that they made that shit limited, by the way.
They knew what they were doing. That's why I said they don't give a fuck.
Oh, they absolutely knew.
Because people are gonna buy it, no matter what the fuck they do. So, like when it comes to that, I'm just like whatever. Like I'm gonna just buy my Switch 2 for the new shit, and if I can play the old shit right and it's functional, then I'll play it. But I'm still gonna emulate. Sorry, like they can come after me, but I'm gonna emulate. Sorry, like that's just how it is.
You guys think that they're gonna get it together in terms of online infrastructure? Like for example,
50-50.
Because the thing is, it's just like the new Smash, new Mario Kart's gonna come in, and then it's like
They don't have to.
knowing that
That's the
it's gonna
problem.
be ass.
Yeah, that's the problem. They don't have to because we're gonna play it anyway.
Yeah,
You're right.
There's no
like-
motivation to improve upon it.
Like,
But
yeah, they have. Yeah, the thing is, right? It's supposed to come out end of this year. It's 2024. There is no excuse for their online infrastructure to still be ass, but it's Nintendo, right? There's no excuse for it.
But I'm
it's
tired. I'm
probably gonna
tired.
be ass.
Yeah, I know. I'm just freaking tired and annoyed by it. It's like-
tired of playing
it's-
games online
definitely
where
gonna be
the,
a- 'cause
the
remember what I said
internet and
earlier?
connection feels like dog shit.
Remember what I said earlier? Like they do things super slow. When it comes to like modern shit, they're always late, right? Keep in mind, the original Switch still didn't have an Ethernet port on the shit. So this is
I
the same
bought
company we're
it.
talking about. Like so, the Switch 2 is probably going to be the first Nintendo console. The Switch OLED doesn't count, right? It's going to be the first new Nintendo console at launch to have an Ethernet port on it. And if it doesn't, bro, could you imagine? Like,
Taking a step backwards, the Switch
that
2
would be-
OLED is gonna have everything.
And once again,
Listen, it's Nintendo, okay?
if,
I
you
wouldn't be
got 3
surprised.
consoles without an Ethernet port. You could use your
don't get-
same Ethernet adapter for the Wii, the Wii U, and the Switch. Get the fuck out of here. And I'm gonna keep my shit because I don't know if I'm gonna need it. Like, I
Yeah,
might need it.
absolutely.
You might need it. You're not gonna
Could you
toss it.
imagine?
No, I can. That's the problem.
Like, to be fair, like, USB 3.0 Ethernet adapters aren't bad, right? But
No.
they have to actually, that means they would have to actually include a proper USB, modern USB port on this shit, which they probably won't do that either. Like, so I don't,
It's still
I don't know.
It's still B 2.0. It's
Nah,
still
I mean, it's there are certain things that I feel like this console should do, since this is the first time in a while that they're not trying to quote unquote revolutionize things, right? So if it's gonna be an iteration upon the Switch, there are things that they can't miss. And if they do, it doesn't make any sense. Like, because the Switch is, we love it because it's a hybrid console, right? But if you look at it, they kind of played it really safe with this thing. It's not it's revolutionary that you can play it handheld and on the TV at the same time. Yeah, but that's still a very basic concept if you think about it, right? It's just a merger of a handheld and a console. Period. Like,
And
that's
it's-
not
and it's a
that
pretty
big of a deal. Like,
It's a safe bet, especially coming from Nintendo when they already own the handheld market and they just
Yeah.
basically combine their markets into
that
one.
makes sense.
That's basically
Because
what
you got to think
yeah.
about where they came from before that. The Wii U literally failed, so they had to play it safe. They had to launch something that was, an appeal to everybody, and they knew how many people bought a 3DS. So clearly, the handheld market was there, right? So they already knew what they were doing. Now that they don't have to, completely make a make up a whole brand new gimmick. They have no reason to not have some modern technology built into this new shit, bro. I'm gonna be so disappointed if it doesn't. But I'm gonna buy it anyway, so who cares, right?
I mean, you
Yeah,
can buy it
fuck
and still be
cares.
disappointed though. Like that's
I'm gonna buy
fair.
that shit, bro. Every time I turn on my Switch, I'm disappointed, but I still love it. But it is what it is.
Look, yeah. I mean, I get angry at my Switch, but you
This
can't say
thing
Nintendo,
sucks, bro. Like,
It does,
I
but
love
they do
it.
release good games. They release
Yeah.
good games.
which will forever be the only reason why you should buy a Nintendo console. Which should be the only reason you buy a console, period, right? But we'll see, man. This is probably the most excited I am. I'm probably more excited for this thing than the PS5 and Xbox or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, I'm at same. Actually, you know, like I still have not gotten a PS5 by the way. And there's games I really want to play on that shit. You know, you wait. You guys know about the story of how I got my Switch, right? Because I couldn't get a PS5, and I was so salty.
Oh, wait,
no,
that's when you got it.
Yeah,
Wait,
yes.
Wait a minute. Were we playing Mario Kart like a year before that though?
We were,
really?
but we played it on Parsec with
Wait, no,
we played the Wii U Mario Kart Deluxe.
Wait,
yes.
hold on. What the
Yeah.
fuck? Am I bugging?
We were
Well, it's
definitely
also-
playing
it's been-
Wii U
it's been-
Mario Kart Deluxe on Parsec.
Well,
And
because
then-
remember, I got it right when the pandemic started, right?
Yeah.
So pretty much that November.
PS5
when-
dropped. Follow tried to get it for months. He
you
couldn't
got
get it.
Didn't he get it? Nah, you got it like the
No.
year before, bro.
No,
Because
no,
I
I
wasn't
did
playing
not.
Mario Kart once. That was right when I stopped streaming.
We were always playing Mario Kart.
That was when what the? Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, maybe you're right. I just don't remember it being
You were-
that same like time. That was
No,
weird.
the only reason I remember it so vividly is because I was so salty about not getting a PS5 that I was just like, I'm gonna buy a freaking Switch. It's available. I'm just
Okay,
gonna get it.
maybe
I'm just
you're
gonna get. Yeah, I threw like a huge freaking
believe
fit, and then like I bought a Switch and I was angry, and then I played Mario Kart, and then I shut the fuck up. And then I played
Yeah.
Super Mario 35, which Nintendo, bring it back, please. I'm begging you. Anyway,
Yeah,
yeah,
you're gonna bring it back
so-
when the new one launches.
Look, if the new Switch comes out and the starting game is Super Mario 65, I'm with it.
I mean, shit.
Those games were kind of like.
The question is, right? Actually, it's not even a question at this point. It's funny because we already know what this thing is gonna launch with. I guarantee it's gonna launch with like a deluxe version
Mario.
of Smash. It's gonna launch with yeah, it's gotta launch with Mario. What about Metroid Prime 4, bro? Because I feel like they've literally been holding this game back for this console.
I don't know. I don't think they have as much confidence in Metroid versus the other franchises they could lean forward to it. I do believe it's going to be released on the Switch too, but I feel like it's like, oh, you get this now, and then later, it's all what you've been waiting for, you guys.
I don't know.
that.
They don't have to
I don't
launch
know.
like with faith. They launched the Switch with one game. Yeah, it was Zelda, but Zelda before Breath of the Wild was not their biggest seller. So I don't know.
Yeah, but if you compare the Zelda franchise to the
know.
Metroid
Yeah.
franchise, you know what I'm saying. Like, I'm just saying. I love
don't
Metroid.
think they care about that as long as they have something, one of their top three, which is going to be Mario, right? They're going to have one of their top 3 games long. They can still have Metroid like alongside
To
that.
be honest, they can hold off on all of that shit if they just launch title was Mario Kart 9. Honestly, like
Probably.
that's
Yeah,
a system
I would
seller.
say,
I don't
yeah,
care
they're
what
gonna-
anyone
They're gonna have a million bundles, like. Oh yeah, of course.
Mario Kart 9 and Metro. If they have Metro Prime, that's like a plus. That'll be 2 solid first party titles. They could probably have something else. I think honestly, I just had a thought. What if they announce it and then they just have like strong? Because if they're gonna have strong third party support, what if they just announce it with like Street Fighter 6, and they're just like Street Fighter 6 is the launch title.
I mean, that
on
makes sense. They're
Switch
gonna have
2,
Ari
and
on
it,
there.
and it works
They're gonna-
well.
Yeah, they're
mean-
gonna have shit on there.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I mean, Capcom is very involved with Nintendo nowadays,
Mhm,
so I wouldn't be surprised, and it wouldn't be a terrible thing to have that, especially for like the little kids. Hey, yeah, beat your little kid. But like, if the online is not, I don't know.
Dragon's
I think the
Dogma 2.
problem is if
Didn't the fucking GameCube launch with fucking Luigi's Mansion? Like, bruh.
yes,
I don't think they give a fuck.
Nah, but that was but weren't there other games too? It wasn't just Luigi's Mansion.
That
I'm
was
pretty
the
sure
first
it was just
one.
Luigi's Mansion.
Let me see what else.
The only thing I remember was Luigi's Mansion, and what was that fucking horror game?
Fatal Frame.
No. I forgot.
Nah, that
No.
wasn't a launch title.
that was-
No, that wasn't a
America,
launch title. I know what you're thinking about, but that wasn't a launch title.
Star Wars
I
Rogue
just-
Squadron 2.
Oh,
one of them, yeah.
actually,
That was
actually,
big.
that
Tony
game,
Hawk.
that
That was
game,
big,
that
though.
game was godlike.
Yeah,
That,
yeah, yeah.
that game
Pro
was
Skater,
godlike.
Pro Skater 3 was there.
Yeah, Pro
Madden
Skater
2
3. Horror
and
game,
NHL
bro.
hits. Batman Vengeance, Super Monkey Ball, but that's
Oh yeah,
Batman
I bought Batman
Vengeance.
Vengeance. Yes, I did buy that game. I should play that game again. It's not good, but still.
Disney's Tarzan Untamed. Wow,
Hey yo,
they were really swinging for the fences.
didn't Star Fox whatever that shit was come out to?
Nah,
It
they
came out,
didn't
like,
come
later.
out till like way later, like in the summer or some shit.
Yeah, but that's still
I
long.
remember. Nah, oh, I
Pretty sure it
guess.
came out like
but-
that year. Because you gotta think about the Switch launch window was literally like one of their, I think their biggest launch window ever. They had fucking Mario Kart Deluxe. They had Zelda. They had Mario fucking whatever it was. They had Xenoblade Chronicles 2. They had fucking, what was their fighting game that they had ARMS. They had fucking they had hella shit that year. So
Well,
I don't
remember they were in a lot of pressure with the Switch because of
Exactly.
the Wii U failure. So when they came out with the Switch, they came out swinging, and they ported
that's the point I'm
basically all the
making.
because
like
the thing is the
they
Wii
never
U
launched like
games were
that.
actually really good. They were all pretty good games. The thing is they just the
Splatoon.
Wii U,
Eternal Darkness, that's what it was.
yeah, it was
what the fuck-
Internal Darkness.
yeah, Splatoon 2 was launch title for Switch.
Yeah. Well,
What else?
it came
First
out
party anyway.
later on in the year, didn't it? It came out
No,
that
no.
summer.
Splatoon came out later. ARMS was like I think
ARMS
a
came
month.
out with
like
the
games
Switch.
came out like
It-
within the first couple months. Like
yeah,
Mario
yeah, yeah.
Odyssey
Right,
came
that's what I
out,
meant to say, yeah.
but they were like Splatoon was Splatoon 2 was
Yeah, their main holiday was Mario and Xenoblade Chronicles.
yeah.
Right.
I don't know, man. Now I'm thinking about it. Maybe that's why they wanted to fucking launch that shit in March. 'Cause they just wanted to run that year. That would make sense though, for them to launch early and then just take over the holiday season again with sales. Like get those initial pre-orders and shit out the way, and then just bundle shit for the holiday. Sell all the bundles. You know what I'm saying? Like that. And
Mario
Yeah,
Kart.
well,
and then
it's
ha-
too late, though. It's too late for that though. They would have had to announce it.
They would have had to
year,
announce it already to release in
Yeah.
March.
Yeah.
I think the earliest we probably get
Unless
a
it's already
June
ready.
release.
which I doubt. Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Hell no, they ain't gonna fucking announce. They're not gonna launch a console in the summer. Hell no.
I said that's probably the
Yeah.
earliest if they announce it now.
Yeah.
That's but yeah.
Especially it's COVID's over. Like, yeah, that'd be fuck nah. Hell no.
Yeah, I think they could still just launch it in the holiday with bundles.
They could
Just
do
like
whatever they want, to be
here's our
honest,
Mario
yeah.
Kart bundle.
Like-
Like, get it, you know?
I'm thinking logically, but it's Nintendo. They could literally do whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah.
Like, doesn't
That shit launches with Mario Kart 9. It's gonna sell like hot.
Yeah, it's over.
Yeah, it's
I'ma
over.
buy
Like
two.
if they,
I'll
bro,
buy two of them.
like Mario Kart 9 alone will be good for like the next
Yeah.
year and a half. the battle starts all over again.
Oh shit, man. Hope it's not fucking.
Yeah, hopefully they
Whatever.
hopefully they fix the online where it's like when you see people get hit and then they don't get hit.
Yeah,
shit
yeah,
triggers
that's always
me.
gonna be a thing. in racing games,
Rollback,
though.
baby.
Yeah, they always gonna have that in racing games. But the
Yeah,
thing is, like,
selective
I just hope it's not
rollback because
Just-
like
just
when
want a
I
better
when I
game.
hit them
Mario Kart
they
8 is
dodge, they hit me, I don't teleport, I get hit.
basic. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that's always gonna be like an issue with racing, but like,
Yeah.
just make the game good. Bro. Do
Yeah.
something different, man. Like, I know they wanted. We had an era of Nintendo fucking trying to revolutionize things, and we had an era of Nintendo playing super safe. And I kind of like a mix of both from Nintendo, because when Nintendo is taking risks, they kind of do a lot of cool shit. Like, say what you want about Double Dash, don't care. That game was good, mainly because it was different. Like, we got so many Mario Kart games that were just the same game, with better graphics, more tracks or whatever, and some characters and shit. But I want a fucking kart racer that's like good, not another safe game. To be honest, they don't have to do anything, right? It's gonna. I'm gonna buy it anyway. I'm probably gonna enjoy it anyway. But I just want something different.
Yep.
I want something that feels different.
I mean, I don't know. I just know we're gonna buy it, whatever it is.
Yeah, of course.
of course.
We're gonna be paying close attention to the Switch 2 and its launch, and you're gonna be hearing us talk about this a lot more whenever they announce it and more details and all of that good stuff, you know. But I think we can definitely move on and revisit a topic we've already discussed. Twitch flipping their TOS flip flopping, no longer allowing for implied nudity. Yeah. So that was, you know, like it's just it's one of those things. The meta came out and people had the implied nudity, and then they had the censor bar meta. People just started doing all kinds of wild stuff because they were allowed to do so. And so now Twitch is just they're just like skin flaps. And now Twitch is they're putting the hammer down and they're just like, no guys, not allowed. I wonder how
like
quickly.
Twitch is like it's just a bunch of kids. It's so many like childish motherfuckers. Like I don't understand. I mean, I do understand because we're in an age where you can do something and then just blow up instantly. Do something stupid, blow up instantly, and then your life is set. Like you got followers, you got clout, you got money. Boom, it's over, right? So I understand. And also the Twitch community is very immature. So of course, that one day, right, where they were like, oh, here we go, we're gonna let you do this. Everyone just blows shit out of proportion, just acts like complete fucking animals, right? So it's like, man, people just can't take a good thing, not really a good thing, but like a normal thing, and just run with it. Like they just gotta fucking blow shit up. Because I forgot who said it, but like YouTube has allowed shit like this forever, and there's no issues, right? Yeah, you have some people that kind of tread the line a little bit, right? But there's relatively minimal issues with the implied nudity and also the wild shit on YouTube, right? But of course, on the Twitch community, we have a bunch of dumbass people that just do shit like this, where to quote unquote meta, just so they can get some clout. That shit is so wild to me, like. And all y'all motherfuckers that did that shit, y'all are fucking idiots. Like, I hope the fucking clout you got was great, because you're probably gonna be irrelevant next week. Like, what the fuck?
I mean, they definitely got their check and they ran with it. I mean, but the thing is, being banned is almost like a badge of honor in Twitch. I don't know how you change that. I guess you'd have to permaban, but like we know Twitch is not gonna really do that. So then it's like, that's why it's like, oh, they got banned? Ooh, I want to see what they're doing when they come back. Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
You see it in if you follow accounts like what's it called, like banned streamers, where it's a bot that automatically posts like when streamers get banned and post a picture. If you look at the replies, you'll automatically see just people asking what they get banned for, and then you'll see the RIP pack it up bozo.
Man, that's just the era. It's just the era we live in. Like, there's nothing you can do about it.
Just a trend, you know.
Even if you permanently ban somebody, they'll find another outlet. So it doesn't matter. Like, then you'll just have people rallying behind them because they're like, oh, they permanent banned me. Fuck Twitch. Blah blah blah. Fuck Twitch.
Going
pitchforks
on over
out.
to Kick. Going on over to
pitchforks
YouTube.
out. I'm going to YouTube. Going to Kick. Pull your pitchforks out. Fuck Twitch. Like, that's what's gonna happen. It don't matter. And then if they get banned on YouTube, man, fuck YouTube. I'm going to Twitch. Like, that's just how the internet works.
You know, like a doc.
People love negativity, right? Like, as soon as you get banned, like, yeah, what you get banned for?
Yep.
And then they're like, wait a minute, I might actually like this person. And then you just go follow them wherever they at. I discovered a few people from stories about how they got banned. And then I'll watch them now. So it's like, I get it. You just
still don't know. We still don't know why Doc got banned.
Yeah.
We still don't.
We'll never know.
We'll
Unless
never know.
someone leaks some shit. We'll never know.
And they'll sue their ass.
Limitations is fucking over.
Yeah.
Right? Then we'll know. When those legal documents are free to the public, like 25 years from now, we'll know.
Yeah, I'll just read an excerpt from this thing just so to make it clear, because it's actually hilarious. So, and I quote, "We don't permit streamers to be fully or partially nude, including exposing genitals or buttocks. Nor do we permit streamers to imply or suggest that they are fully or partially nude, including but not limited to covering breasts or genitals with objects or sensor bars." They literally mention sensor bars.
Yeah.
"We do not permit the visible outline."
We have idiots that be like, oh, they didn't specify, so maybe we can still do it. Like, yeah.
Exactly. "We do not permit the visible outline of genitals, even when covered."
Damn,
Broadcasting.
No more camel toes.
That's wild.
No more
Broadcast.
sausage marks.
Right. "Broadcasting nude or partially nude minors is always prohibited, regardless of context." I guess they were just trying to cover their ass there. And then here's this part. This part is actually pretty hilarious. "For those who present as women, we ask that you cover your nipples and do not expose under bust. Cleavage is unrestricted. As long as these coverage requirements are met and it is clear that the streamer is wearing clothing. For all streamers, you must cover the area
Basically, that's
extending
normal.
from your hips
Yeah.
to the bottom of your pelvis and buttocks. Yep.
Okay, that's normal.
I found my new COD username, Underbus.
That's funny.
It's, I mean, of course, they had to backtrack, right? And they had to be clear on what they did. I think, what's his name? Dan Clancy, the new CEO of Twitch, whatever. I think he, came back from TwitchCon and just started getting more in touch with actual Twitch streamers and people, and then was just like, oh, what do you guys want to see? And then started noticing things, and he's like, yeah, we could change that, right? We could totally change that. And then so they made changes, and then all of a sudden, oh shit, maybe we shouldn't have changed that. And now it's like, all right, we gotta actually do something about this, right?
Well, what they kind of shot themselves in the foot only because there are ways to do it. You can't just explicitly say we allow this, and then as soon as people fucking taking their run, they're like, oh wait, shit, fuck, we didn't mean that, we didn't mean this, we didn't mean, like, you got to be a little bit more specific when it comes to this kind of community, because it's a lot of people that are gonna take, as soon as they see like the tiniest hole in the TOS, they're gonna exploit it, right? And they've shown this. Twitch has been like this forever. Like, people are gonna teeter on the edge of what's acceptable from the TOS, right? So as soon as that's why I'm glad they kind of specify a little bit more with this one about what's allowed and what's not. But there's still things they haven't addressed that I'm sure people are gonna find and exploit. So we'll know tomorrow, right? Something else is gonna happen. So, and then they're gonna have to read. They're gonna have to fucking rewrite that. They're gonna retype that shit up, right? What was funny to me, my first thought was like Dan Clancy, right? That day, they said, "Oh yeah, implied nudity is allowed, like artistic nudity." That's what they said. Artistic nudity
artistic
is allowed,
nudity.
right?
I was laughing about it. I was
the
like,
first thought that came to my head was when he saw like the motherfucking like porn artists and hentai artists and shit posting up their fucking like straight up hentai art on their fucking screens and shit, trying to get people to click on their, go to their websites or whatever. I just wonder what he was thinking. I wonder if he was like, fuck, what did I just do? Like, I wonder, like, if he was just scrolling through Twitch and seeing the thumbnails and be like, fuck, all right, guys, back to the boarding room. We got to retype this shit up. Like,
DEFCON 5.
Right, he hit the red button. He was like, emergency. Like,
he opened his browser. He said, let me see what streamers are doing tonight. And then it was the Kurt Angle face while looking at the screen.
Like, bro,
could
you imagine, man? Like, I don't know. I feel like
I don't know. But is that worse than the nude censor bars thing? I don't know. What's worse to you guys?
It's way worse. It's
You
way
think so?
worse.
I think
You didn't see what some of these people were fucking doing. Some of these people would literally, they wouldn't even be on camera. They would literally they'd have like porn, like cheeks, fucking beef curtains, shit flying all over the place.
Dicks out.
Like
huge, massive dicks out, hentai art.
BVCs.
It was crazy.
Yeah, it was literally like all the hentai artists were like, oh shit, this is a moment for us. Like, I literally clicked on the stream and it was literally like a VTuber that had like her model literally naked. You saw her fucking coochie and everything. It was wild. Like, that was a crazy day. That was a crazy day in Twitch history.
Man, you know, that's crazy because that means that VTuber already had that body set up a long time ago. Because
she probably does art like that on other sites.
A lot of them were probably just using their same overlays and filters that they use for other stream sites. And they just were like, oh, good, I could just use these now since I don't have to worry about it.
It was like a hentai artist, so I'm sure she made money off that somewhere else. Like, But she was like, oh, now I can use Twitch. Boom, 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 boom. Had all that shit all over the screen. I was like, Jesus. Guy Manley would love this. Let me stop. Like, shouts to the homie.
Damn.
Guy Manley catching strays out here.
Yeah, shouts to the homie.
Man.
But
yeah. They took it a little too far.
To me, censor bars is like, come on. Most of these girls have on like a bikini or something underneath the censor bars. That doesn't really mean. But when you see straight up just naked motherfuckers on the screen, that's hell nah. You think, imagine, Twitch is the company, right, where they're like, yeah, man, ads, we gotta get advertisers, we gotta get this. How many of those motherfuckers you think we're about to pull out? That's why they had to go back and revise the shit. They were like, nope. We're not gonna host ads on your site if we see shit like that. and they had to be like, oh shit, all right, sorry.
Yeah.
Go back and revise that shit.
Yeah, I still think they're gonna have like, because one of the major things that I don't want to say started it, but definitely was a cause of concern for the nudity or just the streamers was those body paint streamers, right? Where they just have nothing but pasties on, and before they start painting themselves, they're literally just there topless with pasties, right? Like, so there's nothing there, so it's like, you know, it's basically what was one of the major things that people were doing, or some people were getting banned for like stuff like that. And then so they decided to, I think that's what it was, I think a body paint streamer got banned for something, and they went and did the whole artistic nudity thing.
I don't think
It was I don't remember the name of the stream, but it was one that I
it was
definitely
a
have
girl
seen
that
on my
has been doing that
suggested.
for like
She's been doing it for
years.
a long time, and she got banned. And then also, I think
did?
Morg Pie got banned because she was doing the whole topless.
Well, Morgpie,
You know
that
what
was
I mean?
she
That
came
was- that was
after.
different.
Like,
Yeah, she came
was
after.
doing
Yes.
wild shit.
Yeah, she got banned twice.
Yeah, she got banned twice. But the one that I'm referring to, she definitely got banned. I saw it and I was like, oh wow.
Oh yeah, I
Like,
didn't know that.
I don't know why she got banned. I don't know if maybe a pasty fell off or something.
It wasn't even but
Who
because
knows?
to me, like that's what I mean by like teetering on the edge. But still, to me, I don't think that's unacceptable.
Yeah.
Like, I get it, but in a more mature community, it wouldn't have been that bad. But it's just the fact that it's on Twitch, and you know, it's just a bunch of dumbasses on here. So I don't know. Like, body painting is a thing. Like,
Yeah.
the fuck? It's not like as much as people would like to say it is. It's not porn. It's literally art. Like, it's body painting is a thing. So I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah.
And it's not like I used to see her shit. It's not like she had like the crazy ass tiny nipple piercings where you could just see her whole goddamn shit. She had on shit. Look, it wasn't that bad, but in comparison to what came after, sheesh. Like, she got banned, and they were like, okay, sorry guys, we shouldn't have banned her. Then all the motherfuckers just made it worse. So they probably made it worse for her. Like, imagine, like, that's the kind of shit I think about. Like, the people that kind of go crazy and blow shit out of proportion, you kind of ruin a nice thing for everybody. Or ruin like something that wasn't a problem, but you made it a problem. So I don't know, man. This Twitch community weird. We'll have something new next week, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm
And they're gonna
interested to
get
see where it
banned,
goes.
and they're gonna go into uproar, and it's whatever.
It's gonna be the next
Go
big
watch your fucking
controversy.
ASMR streams and call it a day. You fucking pervs. Fuck up out of here, bro. Speaking of ASMR.
ASMR. But I don't know, man. I think it's just gonna be waiting and seeing what goes trending on Twitter over the next controversy on Twitch over the next few weeks, and see what happens now.
I'm actually surprised that they even made a stand against this, like being very specific about those. Just because, you know, it's not a secret that Twitch gets their money from from, you know, those type of users, you know. So I thought, because this was posted like on Wednesday, I was like, I wonder if anything's gonna change by tomorrow. But luckily, no, it hasn't changed. So we'll see.
And they still got that do not ban list, right? So it's like it's like they probably have some kind of protocol where it's like let's just check if this person is on the do not ban list, and then they are, well, let's just give them a warning, or and then if they're not on the do not ban list, they get banned for 3 days. Hold a 2 to 3 day ban, and then get your clout real quick.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I don't know.
It's become a routine now. I think it's getting a little. I mean, it's just like Despair mentioned earlier. Like, that's just the world we live in now, right? When it comes to Twitch, and the only thing that's gonna happen is if people just stop watching, right? But you know that ain't
Yeah, but
happening.
people are not gonna stop watching. Why would people stop watching? There's no reason to stop watching. Like,
There is no reason
You know
to
what I
stop
mean? Like, there's literally no reason to stop watching. The only people that are in control of this is Twitch, right? But there's a limit to how much you can just. I feel Twitch can't be like a tyrant and be like, no, we don't want none of this shit. Get off our site. We're gonna ban you. Blah blah blah. We're gonna ban everyone that fucking does this shit. Like, they can't do that, because there are other platforms that won't go so crazy over shit like this, and they'll just leave. Like, if Twitch were to start getting crazy with shit and just become like this big tyrant where they don't allow anything, people would just leave.
Yeah, they'll lose tons of money
And
too,
they don't want
in the
that.
process.
So they have to be very careful about the way they handle some of this stuff. Like,
Yeah.
so I don't know. I don't envy them. That's a hard job.
Definitely
I
do
really
not
don't
envy them. Don't envy any of the tier 3 members that are on the Twitch moderation staff as well. But speaking of tier 3, appreciate all you guys have listened to another fine episode of Kangz Council. And I think that's going to be it for today. And we'll catch y'all all next week with another fresh episode. So stay tuned. Check us out on all major platforms, iTunes, Spotify, TikTok, Clips, YouTube. We stream it on Twitch Live. You guys know the deal. Keep listening, subscribe, like the likes, leave reviews, do what you gotta do, and we'll just catch you guys all next time.
Later.
Yerp.